Hello, welcome to Keen Yoga. Today's Power Yoga flow is all about building strength in your core and abdominal muscles, but you'll also get plenty of work done on the upper and lower body, maybe even a little bit on the back as well. So go ahead and grab your yoga mat if you're using one. Otherwise, you will not need any props for today's practice. Go ahead and take a seat on your mat. Get comfortable. Take a deep breath in. Bring the hands to the heart. Start to vigorously rub your hands together to begin creating some heat in your body. Then bring the hands apart to feel that energy that you've created. Lay one hand over the heart, one hand over the belly, and begin to breathe. Each time you breathe in, feel your spine growing taller. Each time you breathe out, feel your belly pulling in. With every inhale, then feel the rib cage spreading wider. And as you exhale again, squeeze the abdominal muscles to press out every last bit of air. And if you want to use your Ujjayi breath, you can go ahead and start that. So Ujjayi breath is another heat building practice where you gently constrict the throat muscles as you exhale to create a soft hissing noise. No matter what breath you're using, wherever your movement practice takes you today, just be sure that you are focused on the breath. And if suddenly you need to take a break to recover that breath, you can always take a child's pose or any other resting pose until you feel that you are able to reconnect to your breath. And start to squeeze the belly a little more firmly with each exhale. We're really going to be using that breath today to work the body. Now release your hands down at your sides, ball up the fists, and start to circle your wrists around. Now, a lot of this work today will be done on the hands, either from hands and knees or plank position. So we're going to want those wrists nice and warm. And then go ahead and switch directions. Make those circles as big as you can. And then shake out the hands. Wiggle the fingers around a bit. Then take your fingertips up onto the tops of the shoulders, elbows out wide, and start to trace really big circles with the elbows. Inhale as the arms circle upwards, and exhale as they come down. Now switch to big backward circles. Inhale up and exhale down. And as you're moving through this, make sure that you're keeping the spine long and core engaged. Release the arms down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turn the head to one side. Inhale, center. And exhale, turn your head to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Again, exhale, side. Inhale, face center. Exhale, side. And inhale, center. Exhale, chin down. And inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. And exhale, drop the chin back down. Roll your chin out to the right shoulder. And then back through center to the left shoulder. Then roll to the right, take your head in one big circle around. And as you drop to the middle, circle one big circle to the left and down. Lift the head back up. If you're practicing with your ankles crossed, go ahead and switch the cross of your ankles. Rock out the hips again, finding balance. And we'll start to work the core a little bit with some side bends. Draw that belly up and in. As you breathe in, reach your arms up above the shoulders. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm reaches. Inhale up and exhale to the left. Now keep this motion going just at the pace of your own breath. And as you start to get a little more warmed up, see if on the way back up, if you can come back up using the strength of your core rather than pressing that bottom hand into the ground. And if you need to move a little more slowly than I am, that's fine. Just move at the pace of your breath. Release the hands down. Balance out the hips. And now we'll start our twisting practice. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twist to one side, hand across the knee. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Again, as you're working this, work with the pace of your breath. Try to keep your shoulders in line over the hips, ears in line over the shoulders, spine as long as it possibly can be. So if you feel yourself leaning back in order to touch the floor, just re-lengthen that spine, and remember, it doesn't matter if the back hand ever touches down to the floor. Keep that belly button squeezing inwards, and exhale, hands down. Come out into tabletop position. Bring the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Roll the shoulders away from your ears. Reach one leg back, then the other, finding plank position. Exhale, bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and we'll go through two more half sun salute A's. Inhale, roll out high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, roll to your plank. Exhale through your push-up. Inhale to your back bend. And exhale to your down dog. Take a moment to pause in that downward facing dog. And if you want to bring in a little bit of movement here, maybe start to bend your knees, sway the hips, shake the head, roll forward, roll back, maybe lift to the toes. Just do any kind of movement that your body asks for in order to warm it up. And take a moment to pause, become still, focus on your breathing. Look between the hands, step or hop forward, take a seat on the mat, and then roll down to rest on your elbows. Bend the knees to 90 degrees, and one at a time, drop the toes towards the floor. So you're trying to keep knees above the hips in the lifted position, and then drop the toes as low as they can go. Keep your pelvis tucked under so you're not arching through the low back, belly stays engaged the whole time. Then each time we're moving through these abdominal exercises, we'll go through for about 50 seconds at a time and then take 10 to 15 seconds of rest in between. Again, just work with your breath. Let your breath be your guide through this practice. Let it be the thing that sets your pace. Never feel as if you need to hurry through any of these exercises. Now exhale, roll to the floor, hug your knees to your chest, rock your body from right to left. And then start to roll up and down the length of your spine. On that third rock, plant the hands, walk the knees back, find your tabletop position. Coming into hovering table, tuck the toes. Lift your knees an inch or two away from the ground. And for the first variety of hovering table, you're just going to hold it out for about 45 more seconds. So while you're here, focus on stretching out long through the top of the head. Pull the shoulders down the back and try to keep your shoulder bones locked into place. So you're kind of rotating the inner corner of your elbow to face forward. Then flatten out through the back. Hold the belly in tight. Press out through the heels. Maybe even try to relax your face. Maybe give yourself a little smile here. And finally, exhale, downward facing dog. Shake out anything that needs to be shook out. Moving in to find some warrior postures. We'll start with warrior one. As you inhale, lift your right leg into the sky. Look forward, exhale, step right foot next to right thumb, left heel spins down. With your inhale, rise up, pausing for a full 5 breaths here. So even though your body will become still, that doesn't mean that it stops working. Just really press down through your feet, lengthen the tail, draw the abdominal muscles inwards, but then try to keep the face soft, relax your shoulders. Exhale, hands to the mat, coming through your vinyasa, step back to plank. Exhale through push-up. Inhale to back bend. And exhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes, down dog. Left side, inhale, left leg up. Look forward, exhale, step, left foot towards left thumb, right heel goes down. Inhale, rise, square your hips forward. Push down through the feet, especially through the outer edge of that right foot. Feel your spine lengthening, feel yourself growing taller. Reach the arms up in line with the ears, spread your fingers. Keep those eyes focused at one spot, and then just listen to your breath. Exhale, hands to floor. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips. Taking a moment here to pause in your down dog. Focus on your breathing. Then step the feet back a ways. Inhale, back to plank for knee tucks. As you exhale, squeeze one knee to chest, step it back, and then opposite knee to chest, and just keep it moving like this. So while you're working through these knee tucks, try to keep the shoulders in line over the wrists so there's very little movement within the upper body. Try to keep your ears in line over your shoulders so that the neck stays long. I know it's really tempting to look down toward the knee that's pulling in, but try to keep that head upright. Maybe even just look down straight between your hands or even a little bit further towards the front of the mat. Then drop the knees, rest the hips to the heels, finding your way into child's pose. We'll begin working into the second circuit, so similar exercises, but adding on a little bit of challenge. If you need a little more rest, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, roll up to a seated position and then rock back down to rest on your elbows. Tuck the tail, lift the knees to 90 degrees, extend one leg out, and pull in, then switch sides. So here you can either keep your feet pointed or flex the feet. It doesn't matter so much, just do whatever feels most comfortable for your legs. And then again, try to focus on your abdominal engagement, belly button pulling in, pelvic floor lifting, and then keep your tailbone slightly tucked here so there's absolutely no rocking in your pelvis and it just becomes the legs that are moving. And keep pressing down into the elbows to keep your back lifted away from the ground. Resist slouching downwards. Keep that chin lifted. Keep your breath strong. And finally, release to the floor. Hug the knees in. Give yourself a little rock. And then start to take those rocks up and down. As you build up enough momentum, roll up and over onto the hands and knees. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Step one leg back, other leg back, one leg in, other leg in. And then we're just going to keep stepping back to plank and then back to hovering table. So make sure that your pattern goes like this. Right leg steps back, left leg steps back, right leg in, left leg in, and then switch. So left leg out, right leg out, left leg in, right leg in. Make sure that you're switching the leading leg every time just so that one side of the body does not get overworked. And just move your breath however feels right with this pose. You can either exhale back or exhale in. Just make sure that you stay breathing the whole time. And exhale, down dog. Working into warrior two position. Inhale, right leg lifts. Look forward, exhale, step right foot between the hands, left heel goes down. As you inhale, open the arms up to shoulder height. You're going to keep that right knee above the right ankle, this time making sure that your hips are turned to the long edge of your mat. Then squeeze the shoulder bones up and into their sockets. Keep pressing the feet down like you're trying to tear your mat in half down the middle. As you exhale, hands come down. Maybe step to one leg plank this time. Exhale, lower. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left foot between the hands, right heel down. Open the hips, open the arms to a T. Settle into your warrior two position. And as you press the feet down, squeeze the arms in, stretch out through the fingers, settling your eyes straight out over that left hand. Exhale, hands to floor, step back, maybe to one leg plank this time. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a moment to pause. Find your breath. Now come down onto your hands and knees. Drop your elbows onto the floor. Step your legs back into forearm plank. Then squeeze left knee towards left elbow and right knee towards right elbow. As you move through these knee tucks towards the side of the body, try to keep your butt level with the shoulders, so you might even look back real quick and make sure that your hips aren't lifted really high into the air. You kind of want to keep that same long line of the body that you would in a regular plank. And again, same engagements as any other plank. We're keeping the belly engaged. This time shoulders are going to stay directly over the elbows. Keep that movement going. And if you need to move a little slower than I am, again, take your time. Just follow the pace of your breath. There's never any hurry in this practice. Then drop the knees down. Relax into child's pose. Take a little rock if you like to. Maybe deep breath in through the nose and exhale from the mouth. Preparing now to move into the last circuit of strengthening motions. Inhale, come up. Take a seat towards the front of your mat. Scoot your hips forward. Keep the knees bent for now. And then nice and slow, roll down onto your back. Hug the knees in for a moment. Then extend your legs straight up. Hands come behind the head, elbows out wide. Lift the shoulders up off the ground. Lower one leg down and other leg down. So you're moving the legs in a scissor kick. For this one as well, your feet can be pointed, feet can be flexed. Do whatever feels better on the legs. Then become aware of what is going on in your back body. You're trying to keep the low back flat to the ground so there's not a whole lot of rocking forward and back in the hips, and you're just keeping everything sealed to the mat. As best you can, try to keep the chin away from the chest so that your throat is nice and open. Resist pulling the hands against the head and instead try to press the head back into the hands. Finally, exhale, knees to chest, hug it in, rock your body. And then rock it up and down. Rock all the way over, tabletop position. One last variation of hovering table. You might want to watch this one first. Turn knees and toes to the right. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, right hand down, back to hovering table. Then inhale, knees and toes to the left, left arm lifts. Exhale, down. And continue switching side to side, making sure that as you exhale back to that table, you're keeping the knees hovering. And from time to time, you might need to step the feet back in a little bit to get the knees back under the hips. I always find that after a few of these, my feet slide back a little bit further behind me, so take your time and reset whenever needed. Keep that belly drawing in. Stretch the arms, stretch the fingers. Maybe even look up towards that lifted hand as you open. Exhale, downward dog. Preparing for warrior 3, right leg goes up. Exhale, step the foot to the middle of the mat. Lift the hands to your heart, then push through the right leg, left leg lifts. Try to make one long line between your left leg and your spine, floating parallel to the mat. Keep your left toes pointed down, leg fully engaged, belly pulling in. Exhale, hands down, step back, either plank or one leg plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pause for a moment. And then inhale, left leg into the air. Exhale, step, foot to the mat. Hands come up to the heart. Push through the left heel, lift your right leg. So right toes stay pointed down. Really engage throughout the length of that right leg. Keep your belly squeezing in. And finally, exhale, drop your hands to the floor. Right leg back, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths to rest in down dog. Maybe shake out your body a little bit. And as you're ready, inhale, roll to plank. Exhale, knee to opposite elbow. And switch sides. So left knee to right elbow, and then right knee to left elbow. Exhale as you bring knee in. Inhale as you step back. Just work this at the pace of your breath. So slow it down as much as you need to, just to not feel like you're hurrying through the movement. Keep those arms straight and strong, shoulders just above the wrist. Keep going strong, just a couple more rounds. Maybe bring a little smile to your face. You're almost done. And finally, exhale, knees down. pull the knees apart, toes together. Take a deep sigh out as you relax down into child's pose. And slowly roll up to hands and knees. We'll stretch out the wrists a little bit. Turn the back of the hand to the ground. Fingertips point towards your knees, palms face up. So you can stay there, or you can drop the shoulders slightly behind the wrists if you need a little more stretch. As you're moving into this slower portion of the practice, make sure you're still breathing really deeply. Go ahead and flip the hands back around to move into some cat and cow. So as you inhale, tilt the pelvis forward, stretch your belly. Exhale, tuck the tail round the back. As you're moving through these spinal rolls, you can either do one breath per posture, inhaling to cow and exhaling to cat, or you can choose to hold in each posture for a couple of breaths at a time. You can stay with the traditional cat and cow, just rolling forward and back, or you can start to make any kind of movements that your body is calling you to do. You're taking some side bends, some circles through the rib cage. You can bend your elbows. You can circle the head around, rock the hips, wag your tail, maybe even shift between child's pose and tabletop. Just allow your body to move freely without judgment of what it looks like. Just do what feels good. Inhale, walk the hands forward. Exhale, roll to the belly, and we'll start a little back bending practice. Plant the hands to the ground. Inhale, shoulders come back. Lift your chest to cobra. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift the chest away from the ground. Maybe this time lift your hands up as well. And exhale, down. Third time, inhale, roll up, lift the hands. Maybe stretch the arms back along your sides. Maybe lift the legs as well to find your locust position. And exhale, relax down. Tuck the toes under. Press through the palms. Walk the hands under the shoulders and lift back to down dog. Finding scorpion dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky, open the hips, bend the right knee so that the right heel squeezes towards the back of the hips. Try to keep your shoulders evenly balanced, distributing weight evenly between your right and left hand. Then straighten the leg and exhale down. Inhale, left leg up, stack the hips, bend the knee, squeezing left heel towards the hips. And then again, just try to find even weight through both of your hands. Straighten the leg, release down, shake it out. Then step your feet out wide, toes pointing out. Bend your knees, sink the hips low, coming down into Malasana. Bring the elbows towards the inside of the knees, hands towards the heart. And then press the elbows against the inner knees so that you start to find even more of a deep stretch between the inner thighs. Keep your back as straight as you possibly can. Even grab the corners of the mat if you're having trouble balancing here. And then slowly walk the hands forward one very last time, coming into down dog. Then look forward, step or hop forward, take a seat on your mat. Reach the legs straight out in front of you. Rearrange the hips to find a comfortable seated position. Flex the feet, lengthen the spine. As you inhale, reach your arms up into the air. Exhale, come forward, dropping belly towards thighs, chest towards knees. You can rest the hands on the floor, grab the ankles, grab the feet, whatever makes sense right now. And take an inhale, lift about halfway up, lengthen the spine again, and exhale, fold over. Now don't worry about how close you're getting to the legs, it does not matter. Try to keep that spine as long as possible. And take a deep inhale through your nose. As you open the mouth, sigh it out. And relax your entire body, just letting go of any sort of muscular effort. And slowly lift up. Walk yourself back up to seated position. Scoot the hips forward and gently, slowly roll down to rest on your mat. Draw the knees in. Give yourself a little squeeze, maybe a little rock from side to side. Bend your knees towards your armpits. You can hold the ankles or the feet as you come into happy baby. And you might still rock around a little bit within that happy baby, or of course you can find stillness if that's what you need right now. Try to slow down the breath. Then fold the knees in, wrap your arms around, tuck the forehead in, give yourself a huge squeeze. And on an exhale, release your body into Shavasana. Just take a moment to get comfortable, wiggle around, readjust, use some props if you need them. And then eventually, try to find as complete of stillness as you possibly can within your physical body. Allow yourself to grow soft in the face. Relax the arms. Open the fingers. Relax the hips, the legs, the feet. Then bring your awareness back to your core. It's so much work with it today, and it might still be holding on to a little bit of that effort. Take deep, expansive inhales to spread the belly muscles, and then exhale, just let go of any effort that remains. As you lay here in your corpse pose, begin to find a little more space between each of your thoughts. Now, as you're ready, start to move the body again. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Circle the wrists and ankles. And take any kind of movement that you need to reawaken your body. You take a big long stretch, reaching the arms up, legs out. When you're ready, bend the knees. Roll to one side, rest the head. Taking this time just to let go of anything that no longer serves you. Slowly press back up to a comfortable seated position, wherever that is for you today. And draw the hands into the heart. Take a moment to find gratitude for whatever it is that makes you feel grateful today. We'll finish this practice with a bow. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga practice. So If you had fun with me today, leave me a like, a comment, or even subscribe to my channel. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see here in the future, because I am so happy to take requests and just be teaching you the things that you want to be learning. So again, thank you for spending this time with me today, and I'll hope to see you back here in the future. Namaste.